My next guest on the program today is a Nashville recording artist and Las Vegas performer who, over the years, has thrilled and captivated audiences right around the United States with his Tim McGraw Show. He's appeared with Taylor Swift, Charlie Daniels, Josh Turner. The list is endless. It goes on and on. Adam D. Tucker is bringing his show, the Tim McGraw Show, as part of the Cowboys and Angels show to the Cardinia Cultural Centre in a little over 3 weeks' time. And Adam's on the line from Las Vegas. Adam, welcome into Melbourne.
Thank you so much for calling. I appreciate it. How you doing?
I'm doing very, very well. What's it like at Las Vegas at the moment?
You know what? It's a little chilly. I'm actually looking forward to going to Australia. It's only like 50 degrees here today, and it actually spit a little bit of snow this morning.
Really? In Las Vegas? Goodness.
It sure did, yeah.
Is that a common sort of a thing to get snow in your winter?
You know, I've been out here for 7 years, and I've only seen snow maybe 2 times, just flurries, you know. So
yeah.
It's very rare, very rare.
That's very, very unusual. Because I always think of Las Vegas being rather hot, and you're in the middle of the jolly desert, aren't you?
I know. Yeah, today it only got up to 50 degrees, you know, so it wasn't too warm, but the sun always shines, you know.
Yeah,
the sun's shining, it's not too bad.
Well, when you come down under, you're going to enjoy it. We've got anything up to 38 Celsius here. Now, that in Fahrenheit, it's around about 100 degrees, so you'll enjoy that, I'm sure.
I love it. Yes, I will. I love Vegas when it's hot in the summertime, man. I love working out in the sun, and when I get down there to Australia, I'm going to be working outside and having a good time.
Well, Adam, you do work out a fair bit because in previous years you were a great sports fan, weren't you? And you played sports.
Yeah, I was a semi-pro quarterback. I actually won a Super Bowl in semi-pro back in 2002. Played a little college football, a little college basketball, was all-state high school, set 3 records in sports back in the day, but that's been years ago.
Yeah, what about 2003, was it? You officially retired then and you said, right, this is it, I'm going musically.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's what happened. Long story short, my best friend died in a car accident right around 2001, 2002. And so I started looking at life a little different, and I wanted to be happy. And I thought, you know what? Everybody says I can sing, and everybody says I sound just like Tim McGraw. And I knew I sounded like him. He came out in 1992, and as a kid in junior high, I thought, man, I sound just like this guy, you know? And lo and behold, here we are, 20 years later, I'm performing as Tim McGraw all over the world, man.
Well, I was going to ask you about that start there because that was really your start to this wonderful career, wasn't it? So what, did you fall in love with his voice, was it, and the guy's music generally?
Yeah, the music and everything. And see, what happened was in the late 80s, I didn't listen to country music much at all. And then a fella by the name of Randy Travis came along.
Mm-hmm.
And when I heard Randy Travis, I thought, oh my gosh, what is this? The next thing you know, the big country boom hit. Tim McGraw, Alan Jackson, Garth Brooks, all these guys came out, and then I was just hooked instantly. But something kept drawing me to Tim McGraw, and I think the song "Indian Outlaw" really did it for me. The high school that I went to, our mascot was the Indians, and like I said, I was a quarterback for a football team. We went to the state championship that year, and that was the same year that Indian Outlaw came out. So it seems like everything I do just kind of
falls into place.
Tim McGraw,
yeah, good on you. So you had the voice, you've got the looks, obviously. Was it your family or your friends who said, go for this?
Actually, the people in Nashville, I did so much recording in Nashville. I recorded 2 albums right on Music Row, and they didn't so much tell me to do it, but every time I was trying to get my own record deal as myself, I would be in the vocal booth, recording songs. And they kept saying, "Listen, Adam, you gotta turn off the Tim McGraw voice, man. You gotta sing it like Adam was singing." I'm like, I'm just doing it. I'm just doing what I know how to do. You gotta change it up. So I try to change it up. It never worked, and so you know what? I took that ball, I ran with it, and I worked extremely hard, and I got signed to a Vegas contract, and I do shows all over the United States, Canada. We were just down in the Virgin Islands there last year, and the things are cooking, man.
Adam, you sound very passionate about what you do, and that's lovely to hear.
Yeah, it's, man, I'm telling you, I love what I do. I feel very blessed to do this. I've worked with, the one thing I'm proud about is I've worked with so many charities all over the United States. We have raised so much money, and really the only reason I've been able to do that is because of the Tim McGraw name, and what he has done in his career. So I'm a fan of Tim McGraw. I've been to probably 17 or 18 of his concerts. And I love his music. You know, it's in my CD player right now. If I'm driving down the road, I got Tim McGraw. I'm listening to it.
Adam, I think I was reading the other day about Tim, and he was saying that you're a little bit too much like him, and you have to be a little bit careful, and you have to be careful. You know, there's this thing going on between the two of you, isn't there?
Well, you know, funny thing is, he's working. You know, he's changed his image so much. You know, over the past 4 or 5 years, he's a diehard workout fanatic now. You know, he's in great shape.
Is he really? Yeah.
I feel like he's challenging me to work out even harder. So I just got out of the weight room like 30 minutes ago. I just got out of the weight room. I worked my tail off today. So I'm trying to get that physique that he has.
Goodness, great. Well, I've seen your photo online, and I mean to say you've got a good physique. You're still a single guy, aren't you?
Actually, I'm married. I'm married, and
you're married now.
Life is good, and I wouldn't change it for nothing.
Isn't that lovely?
I'm very lucky.
Yeah, you have a family, kids?
I've got my wife here in Vegas with me. I got a little 2-year-old boy, and then I've got a 5-year-old daughter in Tennessee.
Wonderful, wonderful. And I suppose I look up to Daddy and say he's a singer.
Yeah. My little boy, he comes to a lot of my concerts when he can. You know. I just did a show down on Fremont Street in Las Vegas the other day, and he just had a ball out there in the audience. He had a blast coming to it. And, you know, I don't know if I ever want him to get into this business because it's a very tough business. Fortunately, I've been lucky. I found my niche, and I'm running with it. And matter of fact, after the Australia tour, I go to Mexico, and then I go to all over the United States. And just yesterday, I got a phone call about doing shows for a military base in Japan. So I'm doing something right.
Adam, it must be difficult, that sort of a life, though. You know, you're fully employed in the music industry, and that's wonderful to hear. But for your wife and your children, that must be difficult to adjust to all of that.
It is so difficult. And, you know, I tell people I feel like the luckiest man on earth, but at the same time, I don't know if I'd wish this life on anybody. You know, I'm very lucky. I'm very blessed. And my wife is so supportive. And she loves that I'm ambitious, but when I'm in Las Vegas, when I'm here, man, I am here with my family. I just flew back in from Tennessee, so I go visit my girl in Tennessee as often as I can. Yep. So I am spread very thin, but I make it work.
Yeah, that's really good. Getting on to McGraw at this stage, his dad was a footballer, a little bit like you were yourself too, and it was around about the age of 11, I think, he discovered that the father that he thought he had was his stepfather.
Yeah, it's a crazy story. He actually found his birth certificate in the closet, in his mom's closet, and realized that Tug McGraw, the famous baseball pitcher for the Philadelphia Phillies, was indeed his dad. And here's the irony of it. He had a Tug McGraw poster in his bedroom. He was a big fan of Tug McGraw before he even knew that Tug McGraw was his father. So it's a really cool story. I know so much about the guy. And like I said, I'm a super, super fan, and I take this very serious.
Yeah, well, Tug sort of denied that it was his son for a long time, didn't he? And apparently, as the image grew bigger and bigger, he said, yes, look, he looks like me, he is my son, and he admitted that around about the age of 18, I think he was then.
Yeah, it's about 18 years old. He finally kind of accepted him, and then, Tim, I think he went to one of his baseball games at a little bit younger age, and that's when they first met, and then they started to build a relationship, and then obviously his big hit in 2004, Live Like You're Dying, was basically for his father.
For his father, yeah.
Like a tribute to his father. Yeah.
Well, you're coming downtown here to Melbourne, to the Cardinia Cultural Centre. It's a great theatre, by the way. You'll really love this one. It's beautiful. Cool. And you'll be here along with Dean Simmons, who's going to be performing as Garth Brooks, and Kim Simmons is doing Shania Twain. Tell me about some of those guys.
Man, I'm telling you what, I've been in this tribute business now for the past 7 or 8 years, doing this Tim McGraw tribute, and we are bringing 3 of the top tribute acts in the world to you guys. Dean and Kim, they are wonderful, and I'll say firsthand that Dean as Garth Brooks is probably I would go down saying probably the best tribute act maybe in the world. That's how highly I think of Dean and his Garth Brooks tribute. Yeah, he's fantastic. One of my best friends, super guy to work with, and they're both great people, and we're going to have a blast in Australia. Yeah,
that's really good. And, of course, Dean, I was reading there, too, that he started out around about the age of 7 just strumming a guitar with his father's band.
Yeah, man, he's been doing this for a long time, much longer than me, And like I said, I look up to the guy. He's done a lot in this business. And, we all have done so much. I was lucky enough to be the opening act for Taylor Swift, Blake Shelton, Luke Bryan, Eric Church, all those guys. I've been the opening act for all of them. And but this is my first time going to Australia, and to be able to do that with Dean and Kim, I'm overwhelmed and very honoured.
Yeah, well, you love it down here. You're having quite a tour right around Australia, so it'll be nice. Shania Twain, a great artist. I love Shania's music. And, of course, Kim is performing that too. How does Kim go on stage?
Kim is amazing. We're talking about a powerhouse vocalist. And, Shania Twain is a great singer. And Kim is just dynamite on stage. I mean, she does the voice, the actions on stage, and she's a great dancer and very entertaining with the audience. And like I said, I'm just proud to be a part of this tour. I really am. And I think you folks down there are going to be extremely pleased with our show. Yeah,
I think we are going to be too. Now, the three of you are here. It's called Cowboys and Angels, a live concert production. It takes us all on that journey of country music stages. Three of the most successful talents of Garth Brooks, Tim McGraw, which you are, of course, and Shania Twain. Now, you arrive in Canberra on the 3rd of February, but more locally down here in Melbourne, you're at the Cardinia Cultural Centre on the 16th of February, and the booking phone number there for seeing your show is 1300 787 624. That's 1300 787 624. And the Capitol Theatre in Bendigo. Bendigo's a great spot. A lot of history there too, if you're up in Bendigo for a little time, with the gold rush. But it's 03 5434 6100. The booking number again for Bendigo, 5434 6100. Great to talk to you, pal. I do wish you a great tour here in Australia. You'll love the country. I hope you get some time to look around Australia.
Yeah, we're going to have some time for sure, and I cannot wait. I love exploring. I'm not one of those guys that just sit in a hotel room. When I get somewhere, man, I do the show, and then I'm gone. I don't sleep much anyways, so I'm looking forward to it. And I hope everybody comes out to the show. I'd love to meet you. I'd love to take photos with you, get to know you personally as well. Good. And so I can't wait, man. Yeah,
Adam, that's nice you can do that. I think the audiences down here love it when you come out as an artist. They can have a photo with you, they get to meet you, and you really connect, and that's really, really nice. Going to play a song as we go out. One of the famous ones, I like it, I love it. One that you probably do as well on your show.
Yes.
Yeah, I think you might know it.
I do them all.
Yeah, good on you. Yep. Adam D. Tucker, good to talk to you, mate. All the best for Melbourne and Australia in general. Take care.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Okay. Bye-bye to you.